How did you find out yesterday, and what was your initial reaction?
I pretty much found out when the news broke. I was in yesterday morning for a little treatment, and I saw the news break on my phone. And I think, like everybody else, just pretty shocked. Didn't expect it at all. So that was really it. We took time to process what happened between each other. We had individuals meetings. We had a team meeting, a player-led meeting before, just to kind of get everybody's thoughts, because we wanted to be open about the situation because it was just so raw at that time. But we just wanted to make sure that we kind of took the time to really just reflect on what had happened. So to let guys really express their emotions.
So you had because Aaron was just talking on McAfee. He said there was a leadership council meeting, and then there was a players only meeting after, like, the entire team after that, and then there was a meeting with Brick, is what you're saying, or did I screw that up?
Yes, you're correct. So it was a leadership meeting, kind of going over what had just happened. Then we decided to do a players only meeting, then a team meeting with Coach Brick, and then we all had our individual meetings with our group.
How does that help? Like when you guys verbalize, when you have all those meetings, like in what ways can that help go through a process like that?
Just give multiple opportunities for anybody to express how they felt. If you want to keep those things bottled in, some guys can do that, but at some point, that's going to sink in, whether it's mentally or in your game or whatever aspect that is. So it was just opportunities for if anybody wants to say anything as far as how they felt as a player, how they felt about the decision, what they were feeling just in general, anything. Guys just had the opportunity to do that. So it was just a moment where guys could be vulnerable and really say what they felt and what they still wanted to accomplish going on. So that was the main thing.
CJ, what that stood out to you in the players only meeting, and as a leader of the team, what did you tell the team, or what was your message?
Well, I would say the main thing that I heard a lot yesterday was accountability. So I think that's what we have to keep in mind going forward. We all have to be accountable every single day that we come to the building, every single day that we wake up, and every decision that's made within our organization, especially with our team. We all have to take some type of accountability. So whether it's good, bad, or in between, that's what this is always about. So I think this was definitely a wake-up call and an eye-opener for a lot of people. But at the end of the day, like I said, we all have to take some type of accountability on how we cannot let this, stop us for achieving our goal, but also make sure that we don't let something like this happen again.
CJ, can you describe what Brick is like as a leader and why you think he's ready for this moment?
He's an ultimate competitor. Just working with him every day, going through the battles that we've been through these last 4 years. I know what makes him tick. I know his story, I know his why, I know his family. So when you know somebody that intimately, you naturally want to perform at your best for him, and you want to, do things to, make him proud. So he's just one of those coaches that brings that out of you every single day. Even when you're tired, even when he's tired, he finds a way to motivate, our defensive staff and our defensive room every day.
CJ, a day later, just what's the overall vibe among your teammates, and how do you move forward from here? What are the expectations, and how does this change things?
I would say yesterday was like the most we were all together, because today, we're off. So some guys go in and get treatment and, recovery. So I think that's really why we wanted to have those type of meetings, so we can really, express how we felt, and for guys to, just process for these next 2 days that we've had. So tomorrow, will really be like our first day together after, all that has happened so far. So, we'll see. But, like I said, we have to just make sure that we stay focused, even though this has happened. We have, 100% trust and support with Brick. and so does the coaching staff. So I mean, at the end of the day, our goal remains the same. So I mean, that's how we have to approach it, because this is a business at the end of the day.
CJ, you don't often see a head coach get fired after only 5 games into a season. Did you feel it was? Did you think it was too short a leash for Saleh?
I'm not sure. I'll just go back to what I said about accountability. When you get the news and you think about it, only thing I come up with, how could I have done better? Me missing these last 2 games, that played in my head. So I always think about, what can I do to, make things right or could have done better. So, he's the reason that we're in this position today, man. Most of this team is, it's coming from, his choice and what he saw and what he believed in players that we have on this team, some household names that we're going to hopefully keep this Jets organization going for a long time. So a lot of credit goes to Coach Saleh. He didn't have to take a second chance on me coming back to the Jets when he came here, but he did, and he challenged me to be a great linebacker in his defense, because he told me at one point that he wasn't sure if I could fit with this defense because of my style of play with the Ravens. So things like that. He challenged me that day, and every single day that I came here for work, I wanted to be one of the best linebackers in this system. So a lot of things that he's done, that the stories he's told, the hard losses and the great wins that we've had together, it's built this mindset of this team. So we definitely have to keep it going.
CJ, sometimes we see around the league when an offense isn't functioning at a high level, talented defense can drop in its level. How did Robert help keep you guys motivated and working at a high level, and how has Brick helped with that?
I would just say with his mentality, one of his messages last week was, just keep swinging. And, that's just what you have to do. Things happen in football. You can go down fast, you can go up quick, but, at the end of the day, if you keep fighting, you keep swinging, at some point, you're going to get yourself back in the game to be able to win it. So that was most of his mentality a lot of times. So I think that's really what we have to do. Just obviously a tough transition, tough start of the week, but the season will go on, and outside of the Jets fan and us, nobody really cares about what's going on in our building. So we have to be ready, and we have to have the right mentality coming into this week.
Hey, a couple more for CJ.
You keep mentioning the word accountability, and I'm sure you saw the Quincey Williams TV clip from after the game in the locker room where he discussed the accountability, and obviously he felt it was lacking. Do you think team-wide it's been lacking?
No, I don't. Quincey is an emotional player on the field and off the field, and I mean that in a great way. When he doesn't think something's going right, or he sees something not going right, he's going to express it. When he feels we're not playing up to our standard, when he feels he's not playing up to a standard, he's going to express it. So I would say, even talking to him, he was mainly talking to himself about taking accountability. These few games that I've been out, has been really cool just watching, my linebacker group, the BMF group, really work together and really get in some valuable play time and be in some great situations in their young career. So Quincey, had a moment this past game where it's time for him to take some leadership, but in his own words, he felt he wasn't accountable enough, and he didn't lead at the right time in that moment. So I think it was coming from a great place, what he talked about, but he definitely wants to take more accountability in himself as being a leader, and making sure that we all have that same mentality every single day.
CJ, can you speak to how important you think this moment is for this team and this organization after this change, and what is on the horizon with the Bills coming to town Monday night and you guys being just a game out of first place, despite not playing to your expectations or standards?
Well, to start off with the Bills, I would assume that they're smelling blood right now. So I'm sure they're getting ready to play a great game Monday night. So I won't expect nothing less. But as far as us, this is an opportunity for us to understand, what was it happen. This type of things are real. Like, this is what this business can be about if it happens. But don't be scared of this moment. We had a crack in our foundation. It might have had some trickle down effect, but it won't tear down our house if we build it back up right. If we seal it up the right way. If we don't try to patch around things and let it go by, let it trickle down a few years later, then we're going to be back in the same boat. So this is a moment for us to all, link up, all be strong together, all have more faith in each other, us to hold more accountability, all those words you want to put in front of it. But, we have to be those people, and we have to stay strong for each other, and we have to get ready for more tests because it's coming.